Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Elijah. This is my associate Dahlia, and we are DIS. DIS is a longboard company in which we make our longboards out of carbon fiber. Now, why carbon fiber? Picture this. I have two younger siblings, Isaiah and Noah, and their favorite thing to do in the world is taking my stuff, which includes longboards, anything. But I have a wooden longboard, and they'll take it outside, and they really don't know how to ride it, so they're very reckless with it. That causes, my board to be chipped, and from the top to bottom, a bunch of places. So one night, they took my longboard out, and they never brought it back in, and it happened to rain. So this is the idea that we came up with. When I went out there, my board was just completely broken and saturated, just wasn't usable anymore. So the problem with this problem that I had face is a very common problem with all longboarders in our market. The reason being is the primary product that is made from longboards is wood. So our solution to avoid board snapping, getting destroyed in water damage is carbon fiber. So my associate is going to demonstrate why we're using carbon fiber. So not only does it bypass the whole snapping, breaking, water damage, but it also has a very higher flexibility compared to wooden longboards. It provides a more sleeker ride and just an all-around better board.
Now, let's talk about our target market. So, after a lot of research, we found that the most reachable and attainable market to start would be targeting universities and skate parks around Georgia, South Carolina. I'm sorry, I'm from Canada.
I won't hold that against you.
Okay, Florida, South Carolina, and Georgia. And in this region, we have 164 skate parks and 174 universities, which is a great place to start to get our name out there and increase brand awareness. Then our secondary market is the whole of the U.S. longboard market. So this includes 2,700 skate shops across the U.S., which see over $1.8 billion in revenue every year that we can tap into. The end goal is to reach the international longboard market, and now this includes Europe, Asia, and Africa, which have huge communities of longboarders, and of course that would greatly increase our customer reach and our revenue. Speaking of revenue, how will we be making money? Well, we have a few ways. So our main way to start will be selling directly through our own website, where customers are able to customize their longboards as they choose, and we keep all of the revenue because there's no third party. Our second revenue stream would be being a wholesaler to current online retailers of longboards. For example, Daddy's Longboards, which is one of the largest online retailers of longboards in North America. And this is so that we reach those existing customers that are already purchasing their longboards online. And finally, our third revenue stream would be a little ways down the road, but we hope to partner with physical retail locations, such as Zumiez, who have hundreds of locations across North America, and would greatly increase our customer reach and our revenue once again. Now, in the competitive landscape, it's looking really good for us because we only have two competitors that are doing something similar. Our main competitor is 121C, based out of California, and they're also creating carbon fiber longboards. However, you cannot customize them as you can with ours, and as we showed you, that's like a huge advantage because you can change the flexibility of the board, and that gives a completely different feel to the ride. So for people who are looking for that, we are the only ones in the market doing that. Our second competitor is High Fiber. They're also producing carbon fiber longboards. However, the middle of their longboards are made of foam, which provides stiffness, and as I just mentioned, flexibility is what we're going for. By being fully carbon fiber, we do not see them as a threat at all. And as an honorable mention, we have other wooden longboard companies such as Sector 9 and Loaded Boards. And once again, they're an honorable mention because we think that once people are educated about the advantages of carbon fiber, our traditional wooden longboard customers will quickly move to becoming carbon fiber longboard customers. So how will we be implementing all of this? Well, in 3 phases. In the short term, so in the next year, we're gonna focus only on improving local sales and increasing our brand awareness. And our main method of doing that will be through incentivizing influencers to partner with us. So that includes local skate park heroes, YouTubers, Instagrammers, anyone well-known in the longboard community. We're going to incentivize them to promote our products to their friends and their followers until we get our name out there and gain some traction. After that, in the medium term, so we're looking at 1 to 3 years, we plan on expanding our product line, so having more types of longboards that provides more customizability for our customers, as well as getting into those physical locations with partners such as Zoomies. And then 3 and more years down the line, we'd like to be known as an international brand of longboards, international brand of boards, so we'd like to expand into skateboards and snowboards, greatly expanding our reach, expanding our customer base, as well as our revenue.
I'm curious about your company name, DIS.
Yes.
Where does that come from? Anything that means?
It stands for displacement.
Okay.
That's the full name of the company. The idea is point A to point B travel. So eventually we'll be able to transition into other types of boards and vehicles.
Who's the first market you're going after? Is this college students? Is it
Yeah, the
high
idea is
school?
to go towards college students locally in Statesboro, and for us outwards from there.
So our market for right now is going to be skate shops and universities, and finding like brand ambassadors that will, influentials in the skate community and in the university that are going to be using our product and promoting it that way.
So skateboarding, I don't know, I got 8, 10 boards at the house.
That he still uses, by the way.
So what's the difference between longboard and skateboard? You mean
It's longer.
longer inside, that's it.
But,
So you should be shortboard and longboard.
so, help me understand, what's the problem you're trying to solve? Or are you trying to inject a new product into the marketplace that has a cool factor of carbon? Are you solving any problem?
Yeah.
Or are
We
you
are.
just saying we got a new product?
So
No,
we're solving a variety of problems. The problem right now with skateboarding in general is that it's wood boards that's primarily saturating the market. And wood boards within skateboarding break constantly, all the time. And with carbon with Kevlar mixed in with it as well, we will be able to create skateboards that won't break. In terms of longboarding, right now, one of the biggest issues is also wood boards is splintering over time. I have another board over there that I can show you that has the same month's wear as that is completely different in the quality, as well as in terms of flexibility. So significant other portions of boards, especially carbon boards, when you go through the return, the type of flex that you have has spring back is what it's called. So in a downhill scenario, when you're going out of a turn and you have that spring back, it will throw you off the board. This board does not have that. It has a very smooth spring constant all the way back up.
Are y'all in Fab Lab then?
Yes.
Okay, I thought I'd see you in there. Why couldn't 121C start customizing? They don't customize now, but that's a big competitor.
Or Sector 9, which, those guys are big longboard.
Correct.
No, I understand, but would they get into the customized market also?
Yeah, so they could. The idea right now is that the way we source our materials allows us to do more customization, but the way that they source their materials and their product range in terms of marketing as well kind of limits that ability.
You keep
Not only
saying
that-
customization, what do you
Yes.
mean by that?
So
If I
there's a
go,
variety of
hey
ways you
dude,
can
I want
customize.
a 4-foot longboard and I want Gullwing trucks.
Yeah, so that's not really what we're going
How-
for. Traditionally, you can customize that on any third-party website with terms of Flex 1, 2,
Yeah.
3, as well as the trucks and wheels.
Yeah,
You could also buy different shaped boards. That's not really the customization we're going for. So customization would not be for the masses, it would be for the smaller area of skateboarders, the longboarders, the more professional, the more experienced. The idea is that you can customize the flexibility and the stiffness across the entire length of the board from the tails to the tip.
and you're
Right.
doing that by what, a 6?
So the product, so carbon fiber, right?
Yeah.
So the carbon fiber is a non, I forget the term. It's a non-isotropic material, so I can change the stiffness properties of carbon fiber by adding more layers as well as rotating the fibers. Wood, you can't do that.
Yeah. So, but the boards, you know, I got a number of boards that have fiberglass
Yeah.
inlay inside that wood, and these
Correct.
things, I got a Mike McGill board that's, you know, 30 years old, right?
Yeah.
Haven't decimated or anything. What gets me out of that board and goes, God, I gotta have this?
Okay. So, well, it's a wood board with fiberglass in it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the fiberglass there does not change the stiffness at all. What would get you off of that board and onto that board would be not only the aesthetic, because I'm sure this looks way nicer than a wood board, but also the spring characteristics of the board. So if you were to get into, you know, more competitive longboarding,
But is this downhill boarding that we're doing, or, I mean?
so that's the
keep-
idea.
keep
So,
going
so this
competitive.
particular board that's up here was designed around versatility. So this board would do all, you know, 5 or 6 of the things that longboarders would like to do, and it does them all extremely, extremely well. So this is a downhill board, this is a freestyle board. It is also a dancing board, and it's whatever you need it to be. But in the future, we would like to go towards, you know, localized, specific downhill boards as well as freestyle boards.
Can I say something in layman's terms real quick? Okay, in layman's terms, this is for like traveling, you know, going places. Skateboarding is more for like tricks. The reason 121C can't customize is, I don't know why you didn't mention this, but Evan actually uses compression molding, which no one else does. So you compress it, and that's why he can add multiple layers of carbon, whereas it'll be way harder for them to try to customize. So
Maybe
that's
answer the
really
question I was
cool.
gonna ask in terms of the process and how you get there, so that's a good distinction.
So you're doing layups with a vacuum pack?
No. We're doing
They use
compression
vacuum
pressure molding.
heat.
We're doing an
compress-
autoclave process without.
Okay.
What does that mean for the manufacturing facility, where you're gonna locate?
Yeah.
I mean, how do you, if you're gonna have that kind of customization, assuming it's gonna have to be local,
I mean, yeah.
so what does that mean for your costs compared to your 2 major competitors? And then
So-
ultimately, what kind of revenue are you expecting out of it?
Yeah, so right now, our cost is very cheap because of how we source our materials. We have a great, you know, relationship with our sources.
What is cheap in comparison to your competitors?
It's significantly less. So carbon is a very expensive material, but since we have relationships with those sources, with the suppliers, we can get significant discounts.
Why do you have those relationships right now?
Because I called them.
It's time.